The remaining shadow was ready to use Elemental Riot against Lin Moyu. As soon as the skill formed, it directly released the attack toward him. The attack rushed forward at full speed and slammed into the protagonist, causing an explosion and filling the area with dust. When the dust cleared, Lin had already activated bone armor to protect himself from the attack. Looking at the shadow calmly, he said, "Merely copying my form is not enough to kill me." Tightening the bone spear in his hand, he moved instantly. In a single flash, he appeared before the remaining shadow and struck, destroying it. In a serious tone, he said, "Was this the final round of the trial? If that old man's shadow appears next, I definitely won't be its opponent." While saying this, he suddenly noticed light above him. Looking up, the main character saw a gigantic bird flying through space at incredible speed. Shocked by the sight, he said, "A bird? There are actually living creatures in this space?" The bird paid no attention to him and continued flying deeper into the void. Watching it disappear, Lin muttered, "I don't know how far away it is from me. I can't imagine how enormous it truly is." While still confused, a drop of blood suddenly appeared before him. It radiated powerful energy and shone brilliantly. Seeing it, the protagonist said in confusion, "Blood?" Then the blood exploded with dazzling light and spread around him. As it expanded, it merged into his body, and the moment it entered him, the primordial rune in his hand began burning hot. Pain shot through his hand as though it were being scorched, and Lin said nervously, "The primordial rune, it's heating up. What exactly is this blood essence?" His confusion only deepened. Suddenly, a powerful light burst from his hand into space. The area around him glowed with crimson energy, and instantly a notification appeared before him: Gathering Force skill upgraded. Gathering Force consumes soul power, gathers the power of summons, inherits all summon skills, and the attributes after using skills are limited only by the user's soul level. While in Gathering Force state, killing enemies allows harvesting enemy souls, replenishing soul consumption, and increasing soul level. After a short while, everything gradually calmed down. As the energy settled, the mysterious blue old warrior seated on the bowl, the same one Lin Moyu had seen when he first entered this unknown space, appeared before him and said, "Hello, little one." Hearing him, Lin immediately bowed respectfully and said, "Junior Lin Moyu greets Senior." The senior smiled and asked, "No need for formalities. So, are you satisfied with the origin skill?" Hearing this, Lin whispered to himself, "Origin skill," then realized the senior was talking about the upgraded Gathering Force, and bowed again, saying he was very satisfied. Hearing this answer, the old warrior became serious and said, "I know you have many questions. For example, the giant bird you saw earlier was the phantom of a source bird, carrying the bloodline of origin. The primordial runes were transformed from its source blood." His words carried the weight of ancient secrets. Then glancing toward the shadows, he continued, "Back then, countless experts across all realms fought over these 9 primordial skills. Blood stained the stars themselves. But such ancient secrets, knowing too much now is not a good thing." Looking at the primordial rune in Lin's hand, he continued, "For your origin skill to reach the level of a true primordial skill is not impossible, but it is extremely difficult. Yet if one masters even one primordial skill, there is a chance to become an invincible supreme powerhouse." But while speaking, the senior suddenly sensed something and became shocked. Staring at Lin's primordial rune, he asked in disbelief, "Wait, little one, you actually have 2 primordial runes?" His expression had completely changed. Lin became serious and immediately asked, "Senior, I wanted to ask, how can I upgrade my 2nd primordial rune into an origin skill as well?" But the old man didn't answer. He only stared at him with a nervous and unsettling look. Seeing that expression, Lin thought to himself, "This old man has killing intent toward me? Is it because I want to upgrade the 2nd rune? But if he could kill me, he would have attacked already. It seems the rules of this space restrict him." Then the senior said calmly, "Young man, greed can swallow a serpent whole. You already possess 1 origin skill. Do you really want to attempt another? Do you know how dangerous that is? Lin answered without hesitation. Senior, no matter what, I want to try. If I die here, that only proves I'm not strong enough. The moment the old warrior heard this answer, he raised his hand and released a powerful wave before declaring, "If that is your choice, then let it begin." Dark energy immediately gathered in one place, and within moments the entire region was filled with dark warriors. This time the battlefield was even more terrifying than before, and everywhere visible in space was surrounded by shadow warriors. Looking at Lin, the senior said, "As long as you can survive their hands." Seeing the endless army, the protagonist thought seriously. These are all level 88 and 89 monsters, their number exceeds 100,000, and there are even 3 god-level shadow giants. So this is it, he intends to kill me through the trial itself. With that thought, Lin raised his hand and summoned his legion, declaring, "Come forth, my army. I'm not so easy to kill. This time my summoning skills aren't sealed." On one side stood the endless dark warrior army, and on the other stood Lin Moyu's skeletal legion. The moment the senior saw the scale of those summons, he was completely stunned, even cold sweat appearing on his face as he muttered, "This kid actually possesses a summoned army of this scale?" Meanwhile, after summoning his skeleton soldiers, Lin immediately activated strong soldier ability. Then he activated Lick General Legion Enhancement and Elemental Aura, sending waves of power into every summon. With Elemental Aura activated, all skeleton warriors awakened elemental attributes Flame, Storm, Frost, Lightning, and Poison auras spread across every single skeleton warrior. The entire army was now empowered. Once preparations were complete, Lin gave the order to advance. The skeleton warriors rushed forward at full speed and instantly destroyed several shadow warriors in the first clash, tearing through enemy lines at terrifying speed. Watching this, the old senior was shocked and muttered, "How is this possible? Why does this brat possess such skills? Damn these cursed rules, otherwise I would have erased him myself." But some powerful shadow warriors struck back and destroyed several skeleton warriors. And then the battle truly began. At that moment, Lin raised his hand again and said, "This still isn't over." Then he summoned the Skeleton King. As soon as the summon began, nearby skeleton warriors transformed into elemental forces and gathered together in one place. In moments, those elemental powers fused and the mighty Skeleton King appeared. The Skeleton King looked toward the vast shadow warrior army before it. Then Lin gave a single order, "Destroy them all." Hearing his command, the Skeleton King raised its sword and began forming the god-slaying skill.